Be me. 35. Take the same train every day. Know the routine by heart. Third car, second row, left side by the window. Get on, settle in, bag next to me. Regulars start trickling in. Usual crowd, suit guy, loud sneaker guy, scarf girl. No one talks, unspoken commuter truce. Half dozing already as the train lurches into motion. Window view is familiar, city, suburbs, trees, warehouses, graffiti on the overpass. Almost meditative at this point. Then I notice something weird outside. Looks like a broken down car near the track, old, rusty. Must have passed it hundreds of times, but never seen it before. It's a beat-up old sedan, hood popped open, something vaguely eerie about it. Feel a little unsettled but brush it off. Glance around the car, regulars all seem unfazed. Kid with the big backpack gets on, same nervous energy. Train keeps going, I try to let it go, tell myself it's just some junked car I never noticed. But next day, see it again. Same spot, same angle, exactly the same broken down look. Start thinking maybe I'm just tired, maybe I've been ignoring it all these years. This goes on for a week. Every day, same car, same position by the tracks. Begin to feel like it's staring back at me. Decide to look closer, and as we pass it one morning, I swear I catch a glint from inside the car. Like, eyes? Try to shrug it off, tell myself it's a trick of the light. But now I can't shake the feeling that something's off. Friday rolls around, I'm looking out the window, anticipating that car, a weird sort of dread building. But as we approach the spot, the car's gone. Nothing there, no sign it was ever there. Just empty dirt and grass by the tracks. Feel a weird mix of relief and confusion. Train pulls into my stop, get out and try to forget about it. Next Monday, get back on the train, usual seat, routine clicks into place. Halfway through the ride, can't resist looking out, expecting nothing, maybe even laughing at myself a little. But the car is there again. This time, door open. Someone standing next to it, looking right at the train. Can't shake the feeling they're looking straight at me. Try to convince myself it's just a coincidence, maybe someone abandoned it there again. But that person's standing by the car. Staring right in my direction, like they're waiting for something. Can't make out details, but I can tell it's a man, tall, wearing a dark coat. The train zips past, and he's gone in seconds, but the image sticks in my head. Next day, same spot, there he is again. Standing a little closer to the tracks this time, same dark coat, staring. Feel a chill go down my spine. At this point, I'm scanning the train car, wondering if anyone else has noticed. But everyone's just buried in their phones or staring out the window, unfazed. This becomes my new routine. Every morning, the man's there. And every day, he's just a little closer to the train. Can't shake the feeling of dread anymore. Start dreading my commute, my own reflection looking gaunt in the train window. Decide maybe it's time to switch things up. Take the early train one morning, figuring maybe I can avoid him. Bored, usual seat, but this train's emptier, almost eerily quiet. As we approach that stretch of tracks, I brace myself, telling myself he won't be there. But he is. This time, he's right by the track, so close I can see his face, a gaunt, almost hollow-eyed version of me. Staring dead ahead, unblinking, and as the train rushes past, I swear I see him mouth something. Get off. Almost stumble out of my seat, heart racing. Consider getting off at the next stop, just walking the rest of the way. But some force keeps me in place, glued to that seat. The train starts moving again, next stop approaching, and I feel this overwhelming urge to obey. I have to hold myself to the seat, as my body tries to get up. Eventually, after the next stop, the urge is gone. Next day, I take a different route to work, busier train line, packed with people. No more empty cars, no quiet stretches of track. The strange car, the man, they're gone. Settle into my new routine, life slowly gets back to normal. Then, One morning, new train, packed with strangers, I glance out the window and the old sedan is there, waiting by the tracks. And so is he. See the sedan, feel my heart sink. And he's there again, standing by the car, closer than ever. Can't look away, transfixed by his hollow eyes staring up at me. Tell myself it's impossible, different train line, different route. Try to convince myself it's just a look-alike, some random guy. But I can feel that chill run through me, the same dread creeping back. The train pulls past him, and I see that he's not alone. There are others by the tracks now, figures standing in clusters. Some are facing the train, others facing away, all of them still as statues. Next morning, try the only other alternate line left I could take, switching out my route again. But the same thing happens. Same stretch of track, the sedan, the man, and now even more people standing there. This time, there's a strange familiarity in their faces. Like I recognize them from somewhere. Some of them look like people I've commuted with over the years. The regulars, suit guy, loud sneaker guy, even scarf girl. All staring blankly as I pass. Barely sleep that night, dreading the commute, knowing I can't avoid it. Tell myself I'll take the last train of the night, hoping it'll be dark enough to block out the view. Bored late, nearly midnight, train is almost empty. Find a seat in the middle of the car, away from the windows. Keep my head down, try not to think about what I might see. But as we approach that spot, I feel compelled to look up, like something's drawing me in. Through the window, I see them, all of them, standing along the tracks in rows now, faces blank, pale, almost lifeless. And standing right at the front of the crowd is me. The hollow-eyed version of myself, watching me with a knowing, almost satisfied expression. Then he moves, he lifts his arm and points down the track, directly at me. Hear a strange, echoing voice in my head, just one word, come. The train slows, unexpectedly stopping right beside the crowd. Doors hiss open, even though there's no station, just empty track and rows of those familiar faces. No one else in the car moves, it's like time is frozen. Feel a pull, like something's urging me to get up, step out onto the tracks. Almost stand up, legs moving on their own, but I stop myself at the last second, gripping the seat with all my strength. Feel my fingernails bending at the force of my body pulling away, but I hold on, blood beginning to trickle from my fingertips. After what felt like several minutes of agonizing struggle, the urge stops. Look back at the crowd outside, see my own face staring back, expressionless. The other me gives a slow, almost disappointed shake of the head. The crowd fades into the shadows as the train starts moving again, doors closing with a final hiss. Next morning, and every day after, I take the train as usual. No sedan, no man, no crowd. Just an empty stretch of track, nothing out of the ordinary. Life goes on, routine settles back in. But every so often, when the train passes that spot, I catch a glimpse in the window reflection. A flash of a familiar hollow-eyed face, watching me from just over my shoulder.